You can probably go ahead and try and Q now. This video is brought to you by SciKnight Esports Professional Coaching, the support of awesome viewers like you. For details on coaching, the community, and other ways to support the channel, please check out the description down below. And do consider liking and subscribing, because that stuff really does help us out. Other than that, hope you enjoy. All right. So what I mean by crosshair placement is, a lot of the time you're looking down here, or looking at the ground. You want to be looking where there could be an enemy. Like there could be an enemy over here, or through this doorway, or there could be someone up here. I don't want to be looking at things where there's absolutely nothing that could be there. So I'm gonna be looking up here, or usually just at least straight ahead. So I'm looking where there could, like if there's someone around the corner, they're gonna be here. I don't want to be looking at the ground. I want to be looking ideally, you know, head or chest height, so I'm getting my maximum damage. So as I'm like flying around and like looking around, I'm looking at this sort of level height. And I'm basically keeping my head up so that I can know where things are going on. So like in here, the places my crosshair should be are like up and around here, anywhere that there could be enemies, or there's someone over here. But if I know that they're all up here in the beginning, I'm aiming up and around this area over the bridge. This is where I'm looking. This is where my focus is. So like I'd be coming through and I'd be checking. So as I'm coming through here, they might have a widow up here. I'm checking up here. I'm looking in the doorway. I'm looking back here. I'm also going to be looking up here. So I see all of this as I'm coming through. I'm looking at all these spots as I go through to make sure I'm not missing anything. And even naturally just checking over here real quick. If I were doing this in real time, like there's a fight going on, you will get to a point eventually where you can just know that, okay, I see the entire team. I can see all 6 people. They're all over here. I don't need to check over here. If it's only a couple of people, maybe just be even a quick look, I'd be moving around like this. I'd be just checking, waiting for something to catch my eye if I don't know where something is. Just want to be, because your eyes will pick up on motion, so even just looking around real fast, you get comfortable doing quick spins to be able to cover everything. So as I'm like pushing forward, I know some, like if I'm pushing up here, I remember you were like when you were on Anubis earlier, there was that Sombra. So if you're pushing forward, you're just doing quick checks behind. So your attention is still primarily forward, but you're making sure that nothing's coming for you. So the biggest way that you can supplement your awareness is not just your crosshair placement, not just looking around and actually seeing things, but recognizing the sound cues. So you want to eventually get to the point where when you hear a certain sound, you just have a reflex. Your instinct tells you what to do. And Overwatch has balanced the sounds such that the loudest sounds you hear are always enemy sounds. So if something sticks out to you, it's probably an enemy. You should turn and look. And even if it's not an enemy, if it's your teammate, it's a good habit to get into, to be like, oh, what was that sound, real quick, and look at it. And you'll naturally, as soon as you start focusing on something, you will naturally build up this sort of pattern recognition, this instinct, this training for what to respond to and how to respond to it. So I can only help you with how to respond. I can't help you with the actual responding to it part. That just comes with experience and getting, you know, and practicing it. Really practicing what you got there. Practicing the learned pattern. All right, and I can show you an example, or explain a little bit more after this. So here, just maximum damage. Always just holding down left click. You're taking damage, now time to, yep, there you go. Maybe not that far out, maybe just the side there near that statue would have been good enough. Just all the damage, there you go. Keep throwing damage. Keep throwing damage. JMT, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Now who's the next target? As soon as you get your boots, you fly in and make it happen. Who are you gonna get? There you go. Okay. Nice. Okay. You spend a lot of time looking at the ground. There's something else we can talk about later. A big topic in first-person shooter games is crosshair placement. It's basically putting your crosshair where you're most likely to be able to do something with it already, like where you're most likely to see an enemy. And generally, the ground is not a very likely place for an enemy to be, if that makes sense. So, like looking at around head or body height where the enemy might be through a doorway, for instance. There you go. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, just keep shooting, keep shooting. Playing with the cover. There you go. Keep shooting, keep shooting. Just keep going. You may push a little bit further there because you're still safe here. They have nothing that's going to hurt you from this far away. Keep going now. You hear behind you. And keep moving. You don't go back and chase that when you're out of mech. You just have to turn around and try and keep it from killing you. But yeah, here, just now you may back out a little bit. There you go. Just keep shooting though. Doesn't matter what. Just keep shooting. Nice. Oh, okay. All right. That happens. Okay, your team got it. Sweet. Victory. We'll get into another one. That wasn't too much there. All right, so when you're talking about a bastion, ideally, so there are ways that I would definitely take care of it or recommend taking care of it if you've got a coordinated team, but obviously you don't always get that. So let's think worst case, you have no one on your team who's willing to talk or do anything to help you, and you got to do it on your own. How are you going to take care of the bastion? At the rank you're playing at, so in gold and under, you can take care of that on your own in one of two ways. You can either very precisely throw your ultimate and land it on him. So when I first started playing Overwatch, I spent many hours in the practice range. This was before there were custom games where you could just set it so you always had your ultimate. I had to literally shoot at practice bots until I built my ultimate every time, and then I would practice throwing the ult so that it would land on one of the bots' heads. So being able to land it exactly where you want. A lot of the time, bastions, if they're set up in their turret form, aren't gonna be able to get up and then move to cover in time. And if you land it directly on them, even if there's a shield, it's not gonna protect them. So that's one way. The other way, in a desperation move, if you just fly at them using your matrix to keep yourself alive as long as possible. You're flying at them using your micro missiles as you're flying at them with matrix, so you're getting some damage in. Then you get in close and do as much damage as you possibly can, left clicking at him before he kills your mech, because you will lose mech in this technique. And after you've done all that and you're out of mech now, and theoretically you're right on top of him,